You know, people talk about sovereignty being extended. I'm done with that. I'm so over this sovereignty thing. Because let me ask you, who's going to be sovereign over Judea and Samaria? The government of Israel? Are you kidding me? How would you grade them on their job in Israel? You want the people who are governing the Negev and the Galil to govern us? That's the big dream? The same people who invited Hamas into the Gaza Belt communities on October 7th? Oh, we had no idea. There was only 10,000 Hamas terrorists amassing on the border and doing everything possible to signal invasion. We didn't know. Those are the people you want controlling Yehuda and Shomron? Not me. I'm over that. I am 100% convinced today that the change, the revolution that Israel needs, cannot come from the Knesset. I mean, we have Itamar Ben-Gvir in charge of the police. What more do you want? Baruch Marzel can't even run for the Knesset. And we're running around Facebook going, Israel's a democracy. I think that, I don't know, maybe this meeting is the beginning of that. Maybe here in this room is where it's all going to start. Where we finally understand that, sending my child into Gaza so that Gaza can come back bigger and stronger with Hamas basically back in action. Like a broken bone, you break it and it grows back stronger. Something's got to change. I think when the Kahanas came around, for some reason, it was a pretty novel idea to take the people who've been killing you for what, 40 years in your country? People who've been initiating pogroms, intifadas, rock throwing, just killing Jews at every opportunity they can. Kahana came around and he said, you know what? I know this might sound crazy, but maybe those people shouldn't be here. Crazy, right? Everyone in Israel was like, their minds were blown. How can you say that? How can you say, get rid of the people who are constantly conspiring to kill us? That's insane. Who would even think that? Now you talk about taking over Gaza, taking out the Arabs. Actually, most people in Israel are for that. If Kahana didn't teach them, October 7th did. Most of Israel is on board with Kahana, but the fight's not over. Because now although they believe that Kahana was right, they don't think that his plan is realistic. They don't believe that it can be implemented. And that's where we got to come in. I'm not saying we got to implement anything tonight. I'm not calling for violence. I mean, officially I'm not calling for violence. So that's on the record for you Shabak agents in the audience. But we need to start at the very least convincing people that his ideas are realistic. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm not 100% convinced they're realistic. But I don't have a choice. I don't have the luxury of assuming that Kahana's plans are not realistic because the alternative is so much worse. I want everyone to go home today. Most of our friends who are like-minded just need that little push. Explain to them, yes, it is realistic. And it can come from us. And although the government seems all-powerful, although we seem hopeless against this machine that keeps keeping us down, arresting us if we speak the Torah, showing obvious favoritism to left-wing protesters as opposed to us, doing everything they can to enable Arab terrorism. We have to understand, yes, we do have the power. We have to find it within us. And start convincing our friends. It starts with our communities. You tell your neighbors, talk to them. Explain to them Kahana's ideas. I know you agree with it, but it can be done. And I don't have all the answers, but I know it can be done. Because if it couldn't be done, Hashem would not have made it the first mitzvah to the Jewish people when they entered the land of Israel.